Should be in it now. 3, 2, 1. Yep, we're live on YouTube again. Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on, and I'm quite frankly getting very, very sick of it. We are being throttled somewhere. We're being told we're not, but we definitely are. Should we just continue on with the show and let people come and find us, John?
Yeah, where would they find us though? Because I can't find us.
Just reset it. There's one person watching already. Just refresh. It's
I did refresh.
It's there. It's number 2, and I can see it. It's live. We are live. I apologise once again. We've got 1 like, 1 viewer. So let's just continue on. Death of 28-year-old physical therapist after Moderna treats disappears from the VAERS. That's a bit shady, shall we say?
Yeah.
So tell us more, John.
Well, they're not actually telling you why it disappeared, but she got treated, and 48 hours later she was dead, right? And
yeah.
There's obviously no correlation between the two facts, but you would report all the facts on VAERS. You would say, she died and she had this within that amount of time, and therefore that is a fact and should stand, regardless of what conclusions you wish to draw from it or not.
I absolutely agree.
So there's no reason for it to be removed unless there's skullduggery afoot.
Yes, because once again we have to say this correlation does not equal causation, but then you never know at the end of the day, and this is the problem, because loads of the people that scream died suddenly #about everything are probably not right all of the time. But then again, also the people that say this is nothing to do with it are also not right all of the time. The truth lies somewhere in the middle. We have to find out what that truth is. It is what it is, right?
Yep.
So shall we move on? In Belgium, white children are taught how to pray to Allah for the sake of tolerance and diversity.
Right.
Okay.
I'm not quite so right. So I mean, it's just somebody's opinion. Okay?
Right.
So are they really? Right? Because you wouldn't, or are they just giving an appreciation of another religion? Right?
Well,
because you could go to a church, you could go to a mosque as a visit. You know what I mean?
Not only that,
and you would let's face it, you do tell people about other cultures and other religions when you're in school. You get taught that kind of stuff.
I mean, I was taken to mosques and stuff like that.
Yeah. So were you taught to pray to Allah then? Because you probably were in their terms.
Yeah, but also, I don't like this framework. The way this is framed right here. In Belgium, white children are taught. At what point does a religion have a race? At what point?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Because there are white Muslims, right? There are white Muslims, there are brown Christians, there are black Christians, there are Indian Christians, there are Chinese Muslims, Uyghur Muslims. There are... A religion is a religion. It is an ideology. It is a framework. It is a way by which to live your life. It is not a race.
Yeah, and you know what? It's almost like someone just trying to stir things up for the sake of stirring things up, because then it gets retweeted here by loads of people over here.
Yeah, but look, 13.6k. Well, 13,600 people have watched that video at the time you took this screenshot.
I know,
right? And like you say, making a big deal of it. Now, I don't particularly like any religion. I don't. But I was taught about them. I was. Yeah. I was. I was taken to.
I mean, it's like you. I mean, you've ever been to? I've been to a Catholic church. I'm not a Catholic.
Yep.
Right. I've been to a cathedral. I've been to a Hindu temple. I've been to. I don't know if I've ever actually been in a mosque.
I've been in mosques. I've been in Sikh temples. We did a lot of that stuff up in Whitehall as well with the school.
Been in the Chinese stuff, whatever they call their stuff.
Yep.
So been on all that. But yeah, I mean, but really, you're not getting taught a religion. You're basically just getting told what it is and what they do. And you probably find they go back and write an article, what do you call it, a project or something on it, back in class.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit, and I hate to say it, but it's a bit divisive to actually start bringing that up because I'm not convinced that this is the actual case.
I've had a bit of an idea how to mitigate our little problem, which I will put to you after the show, but I think we should also put to the audience before we decide on it, is what I will say.
If it involves splitting the show, then no.
It might do.
No. That's going to kill the algorithm.
I have an idea. How we can mitigate that.
Right. I've got a better idea, but I'll tell you after the show.
Somebody buy me broadband. That would work. Let's move on.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah.
RNC research. Joe Biden, January 2022. The stock market has hit record after record after record. Bollocks!
Well, no, it might have, because I think he might be breaking records in the opposite direction.
Record lows?
Yeah.
Record lows?
Yeah, it's just had its worst year since 2008. You know what happened in 2008?
Yeah, well, the big financial crash.
Yeah.
The big housing market led financial crash of 2008, which created a global recession. That.
Fannie Mae.
So during a New Year's special on Russian state TV, they had the audacity to appropriate a Ukrainian song. Chervona Ruta, the singer performing it, was dressed as some kind of a madam. Backup dancers unsuccessfully pretending to dance like Ukrainians were grotesquely ridiculous. I mean, that's
who is this Julia Davis? That's not the actress, is it?
No, it's a Julia Davis News. So she's some kind of Well, we don't know if she's bought her check mark like I have, or.
Well, regardless of that, it's obviously seen where she stands, and it's not in the impartial middle, reporting evenly on both sides, is it?
Never is with these people.
What a fucking nonsense thing to put out, isn't it?
Well, it is nonsense, right? But let's face it, anything coming out of anyone related to mainstream media is more than often completely weird, biased, incorrect nonsense. It is nonsense. And they do it to confuse you. They like you confused. They like you scared.
Speaking of being nonsense and confused...
Bingo! Full house!
So what's the score here?
Yorkshire non-binary priest Bingo Allison describes how God guided them to come out.
I've got issues here, and they may be personal to me, right?
Right, let's hear it, because I think you might be shocked and surprised by my answer here.
First of all, who cares?
That's my answer.
Right. Secondly, them's a plural.
Yes, that means more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So why are we discussing one person as a plural? Are they a I was going to say psycho, but it's not a psycho. It's a... What's it called?
Schizophrenic?
Schizophrenic. Are they a schizophrenic? Do they have more than one personality inhabiting that body?
Well, that's basically what a non-binary person essentially is, if you want to break it down, because one day they're a boy, one day they're a girl. They don't really know which one they are from day to day. So, yeah, I would say so. However, do you know what? I'm going to have to absolutely agree with you. First of all, who cares? Why is this news? Right?
I know.
Nobody gives two shits. Second of all, people might hate me for what I'm about to say here, but fuck, I'm going to say it, right? Because I really don't care how you live your life, how you dress, how you act, what you want to call yourself. None of that bothers me in any way, shape, or form, and never has. All I ever care about when it comes to you, I'll even call you by, if your name was Simon and you want to be called Sally, and you come to me and you say, please call me Sally, I'll be like, yeah, fine, whatever. Right? Don't care, because that is polite. That is treating me with respect and asking me to respect you. That's fine. What I don't like, and what I will always speak out against, is coerced speech. And this is basically the position Jordan Peterson comes from, right? Do not coerce me. Do not threaten me. Do not have a go at me and say, you have to call me this. You have to say this. You have to say that. Because I'm ultimately going to do the opposite. I'm going to do the opposite just to piss you off. Because you don't come at me like that.
I kind of do that as well.
Yeah.
But if people tell me what to do, it's like you know how people recommend a movie or a book.
Yeah.
I very rarely watch it or see it or read the book because it's been recommended to me. I'm like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm just a contrarian.
Well, I think I am as well. I think we do have a little bit of provocateur behind us. I do.
Yeah.
I used to be, as you say, I used to be an activist, and I've come full circle away from that, right? Mm-hmm. But when I was doing what I was doing, as you will all know because you all watched it in some form or another, provocateuring was something I liked to do. I really did. And this was also natural to me because I didn't even want to do what I did and all of that. I wanted other people to do it for me. But I think we're contrarian, we're provocateurs. And now we sit in the middle. We're not activists. We like to look at every situation and go, well, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. I don't know. Let's move on to something that is almost definitely wrong. Talk to us about this, John.
I don't know where to start.
Talk to us, John. Right. Tell us.
So, this young lady, am I allowed to say lady these days? Anyway. This young lady is claiming that black people are the UK is the ancestral homeland of her people. Well, I shouldn't say her people as. Right, I'll restart this. Black people are claiming Britain as their ancestral homeland. White people are the invaders, according to this lovely woman. What do you think? Right, so black people are not originally from Britain. Unless we've got everything wrong, it's possible, I suppose.
It is possible.
Could it be that England or the UK or Great Britain is the cradle of civilization, and we migrated out of the UK to every other country in the world and became a different race on the way?
I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what it is. Person with TikTok account wants views for controversial take.
Yeah, probably.
That's all this is. That's all this ever will be. That's basically what TikTok is now. TikTok is people coming up with the stupidest, wokest bollocks that they can to try and go viral. That is
Andrew Tate hypothesis.
Well, yeah, but it is. It is what it is. I mean, look at the reason libs of if that wasn't the case, libs of TikTok would not exist. Would not have 1 million+ followers on Twitter.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Because that is what TikTok is. We're on TikTok. We haven't posted a video on TikTok in months. And
we haven't.
We got over 8,000 followers over there, but we haven't posted on there in months because it is just that. You're not gonna go anywhere doing what we're doing on TikTok because that's not what people want to see. People want to see this. People want to see people making stupid, outlandish, controversial statements so that they can either agree with it and go, yeah, you go, you slay queen, yes, or they'll go, you fucking clown. And I fall on the clown side. I really do. Should we go one further? Or let me find my mouse.
Now, you're going to have to help me out here.
Yeah, no, this doesn't make any sense.
I just don't know what the fuck is going on here. It's like circles within circles, isn't it?
It is. Let me tell you what's going on here. A transgender man, which is genetically female,
right? Okay.
Gives birth to non-binary partner's baby with female sperm donor, which there is no such thing as. So basically,
if that's a fucked up headline, if ever I saw one.
Well, it's basically a a way round to say female gives birth to baby from sperm donor.
Okay.
When you break it down to its, the realistic take here, because a male, I'm not talking about a man here, I'm talking about a male. A male cannot give birth, cannot carry child, and a female cannot produce sperm.
Right. Okay. So, and I'm not attempting to misgender anyone here.
But that's why I'm using these terms, male and female. I'm using them very much on purpose.
See those two people pictured?
Yeah.
Are they? Were they perhaps both biologically female when this started?
I would have said so.
Right, thank you. That was I was always trying to figure out. I couldn't figure out what the fuck was going on.
I mean, realistically, the other take in this headline that's probably not true is that it's the partner's baby, because if you've got it from the sperm donor, it can't be the partner's baby.
Yeah,
it's like this headline was written. I don't know why this was written. I'm going to be honest with you. I
can't understand why this needs to be brought to our attention, Daily Mirror. I mean, why is this news? It's not new, because sperm donors are not a new thing. Fertility treatment's not a new thing. Artificial insemination's not a new thing. So why is this actually news? But transgenderism isn't a new thing. People have been doing it for a while, right? People dressing up in other people's clothes and all that's fine. They want to do all that, that's absolutely fine, but I can't see that there's any real news here.
There isn't.
Daily Mirror. I may be wrong.
There isn't.
There isn't. Yeah, it's just for likes, clicks and shits and giggles.
Speaking of things that really shouldn't be news, but are, let's move on to our final slide of the day, shall we?
Yeah.
Mike Graham, I am the walrus. The walrus pops up in Northumberland after 100-mile swim.
I've got to give Mike, there's a similarity.
Yeah.
So where did he come from? Has he come from Norway?
He's come from
Norway. He
Norway.
probably heard that they were shooting them over there.
Didn't he? So here's the turn of events I believe happened. I believe he turned up on the beach in Scarborough, had a wank, went to sleep.
Yeah, and they cancelled the fireworks so as not to wake him up.
Yeah, because they didn't want to wake him up. I mean, that's a bit of a far cry from what they did to old Freya the walrus, isn't it? They just killed Freya.
Yeah, they just shot her. Yeah, I mean, all she was doing was lying on a boat, and they shot her. Yeah,
well, Thor was a lot more indecent than Freya, I'd say, turning up, having a wank in front of people. Jeez!
It was a bit out there. I mean, where did it go? What? And the thing is, he didn't need much encouragement, did he? I mean, it's not like he had to get the old phone out or anything.
I reckon there are a bunch of pissed up. But it's New Year's Eve, remember, right? Yeah. So people start early, and I reckon there was a bunch of blokes on the beach going, "Go on, lad! Go on, lad!"
Yeah.
I think he probably got some encouragement that way, but they cancelled the fucking fireworks so as not to wake up a walrus. Come on, guys.
He was having a post-coital nap, even though he didn't have proper coitus.
Oh, I've satisfied myself now. I'm going to have a sleep.
How you going to satisfy? Well, it wasn't an insignificant member. Was it? As the guy on the YouTube, the Twitter video said, "Look at the size of his cake." I've never heard that expression before in my life.
Do you know what? I'll tell you a little story. So we were at Chessington World of Adventures with my wife's little brother, right? At one point, me and my wife had legal custody of her younger brother. Signed up in the courts and everything. And we took him to Chessington World of Adventures. He's an adult now, but we took him to Chessington World of Adventures. And we were in the it's called like the Wanyama Village. It's at the back of the park. It's more of a nature reserve, and you get the giraffes and the rhinos and the zebras. My wife's little brother, he's a child at the time, walked straight up to this zebra and goes, "I've never fucking seen one so big as what I'm seeing on that right now. Look at it." He's going, "Look at it."
And he'd never seen a horse.
And I'm just standing there going, oh my God. And he's going, we got to get a picture. No, we don't. No, we don't.
I was at a zoo once. I think, has Bristol got a zoo?
Maybe. I don't know. Never been to Bristol.
I'm trying to remember. This was many, many, many years ago. I was at a zoo once. And the gorillas, this big silverback gorilla came round the corner and the female just lay back, spread them, and he jumped on and did his thing.
Fuck's sake.
Right in front of everybody.
Yeah, but then I've been to zoos when the orangutans are little shits, right? Oof. And they throw you their shit.
Yeah, well, chimpanzees do that.
Chimpanzees do it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, macaques are little bastards. If you go into a little pen where you can go in with them, they just jump on you and steal your shit.
Oh no, I wouldn't go in somewhere where there's monkeys. So
I don't
trust them. They're freaking worse than migrants.
Can relate.
See what I did there?
I did. Yeah, right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I know that there's a lot less of you watching here now, but hopefully, if you're watching this back, you have enjoyed the second part and the first part of today's show. If you have, then please hit the like, please hit the share, and of course subscribe. And if you haven't done so already, consider going over to patreon.com/Chasing Dissent, or indeed Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent, and chucking us a little monthly tip to keep this going.
And I can assure you, we will be working furiously to avoid this happening again.
I know exactly what we need to do. I do.
Okay.
But,
so with that, it's I'd like to say thank you for attending this episode 183 and a half of Chasing Dissent Live with me, John, and Ben. Good day. It's been great. For you.
'Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave.